All right, so I wanted to make a video on kind of common sense prepping, which is one of those things. I think the whole word has gotten this big stigma, because of like all this Hollywood stuff that's happened. Now it's finally kind of dying down, or it's not as popular because it got completely stupid for a while there. And the thing about it is, you can have all this stuff where people are like, "Oh, well, let me get into prepping. Let me buy all this different stuff," and I'm like, "Why? Why are you doing this?" And especially the videos where people are like, I live, eat, and sleep prepping. This is my life. And do you really want to do that? No, you have to. You have to enjoy life. Life is, you only have one. What do you want to do? Sit in a room all day and freaking, canned food that you're never going to eat, and fill every crevice of your house up with like ammo and food and this, that, and the others. No, like using common sense when it comes to prepping is pretty much key, meaning that in your kitchen you should have a fire extinguisher. I think everybody should have a fire extinguisher. A lot of people don't even think about it, but it's a good idea to have a fire extinguisher because things can malfunction. And if you have a malfunction, there could be a fire. And if you have a fire, what are you going to do? That's my whole idea of prepping. So I bought a fire extinguisher, put it in my kitchen. I bought a first aid kit because my daughter falls down sometimes. I have fallen down and gotten hurt. So it's always good to have a first aid kit and buy a nice first aid kit, not some like cheap one. Because then you'll have like gauze and different things that you might need if you freaking break your leg, or cut yourself wide open. You know, you can take care of yourself. You need a little bit of food stored back. You don't have to have like this huge pantry of stuff like people that have like a bunker in their backyard filled up with food. You don't need all that. It's common sense to know that if you look at any place that has had even like something completely insane like a complete financial collapse, that a lot of these places like Venezuela and different places like that have had collapses kind of, you know, humans are resilient in the fact that we can adapt to anything. And we build communities to help each other. And that's normally what happens in those kind of catastrophes. You don't need to dig a bunker in your backyard to prepare for, something crazy. Just have a little bit of food, have a little bit of this, just extra stuff. It's good to have canned goods. We don't even eat a whole lot of like uh, like preservatives and stuff in canned goods, but I still keep canned goods and we still eat them every once in a while. I'm just going to keep the rotation going of the canned goods. But it's good to just have that because if you have something happen, like we had the flood here that happened a couple months back, and it was good to have food because we didn't have to go to a grocery store because people were going there like crazy. They were buying everything up like it's like the end of the world, like the apocalypse is happening. So we have all the stuff we would like naturally eat here, and we had a little bit extra, so we could, we didn't have to go to the grocery store for like a freaking month, and you don't even need that. You could have just enough to last you for 2 weeks, and you're good. Things happen, and it's like the common sense of it flies out the window with most people. And that's where you have to use common sense when it comes to like being a prepper or even homesteading or anything like that. We're just using your brain. Like here, whenever it snows, people in South Carolina go crazy. Like admit it can be like freaking just a little bit of precipitation. I'm talking like just you know, walk outside with a, you know, with a freaking can of freaking, salt and shake it on the ground, and you can go to the store and freaking there won't be any bread and there won't be any milk at all. So people are going to eat milk sandwiches for the rest of their lives. I don't know. It's crazy. I'm like, why do people buy that? It doesn't make any sense at all. Like milk doesn't even freaking last that long. So it's just dumb. People don't use common sense when it comes to anything. It's like you know, when it snows here, we don't go out and get involved in that crap. It's like we just eat what we have, and then, you know, when everything's done and said and over with, we go and buy what we need. It's having common sense when it comes to stuff like that. I have a gun. I have a gun because I like to hunt. I haven't been hunting in a while, but um, it's something I enjoy. It's not something like I have a gun because I have to have 50,000 rounds of ammunition laying around just in case there's a collapse. You know, it's like, no. I have a gun because I like to hunt, and I have a BB gun because I can shoot small things with it, like rabbits and stuff if I see them. You know, little pests, and you know, if if that's what I want to eat, then that's what I'll eat. You know, but you don't have to have like all this craziness. I mean, there are people out there that don't like guns. If you don't like guns, then fine and dandy, you don't have to buy a gun. You know, you can still like have enough food for your family. And that's what makes sense. It's not being stupid and just doing all this craziness. You know, there are some people, you know, you want to build a bunker in your backyard, fine and dandy, go ahead and do it. You know, I bought land out from the city for a reason. One is I don't like people. So being away from people is what I like. I like the whole aspect of being out away from massive amounts of people, which is why I bought the land. And it's not about, you know, prepping and doing all this stuff. It's about just being away from other people, being able to escape from this house, this area, and being able to just go there and enjoy my time there. So it's just common sense stuff, you know. It's not it's not this big crazy freaking pipe dream that some people have that, you know, we're gonna like some kind of biblical thing is gonna happen and then we're gonna be back up with the dinosaurs, you know. It's like we're going back to caveman days, you know. It's just not gonna happen. That idea of like some kind of collapse is just not going to happen. I mean, in any collapse, like if there was like a financial collapse, you're going to have people that are going to loot and steal. You're going to have people that are going to do stuff like that. We have people that do that now, and there's not even a collapse. You know, that freaking, you know, some soccer team freaking wins something, and this other guy loses, and people lose their minds and riot about it. It's just it's what happens. People are dumb. People in masses are dumb. So that's just how it is. But having a little bit of extra food, a little bit of extra stuff is a good idea. I mean, when FEMA tells you that it's a good idea, it's a good idea. I mean, look what happened, you know, whenever they tried to help people. They basically, that disaster where they went in and tried to help people, freaking been, that was like the worst thing ever. People didn't have food and water for days. And it's like, you know, if you just have that little extra at your house, you can eat and you can help somebody else. It just makes sense. That's common sense. So, yeah, that's all it is. You guys take it easy. Write something below. Subscribe if you like this video. And I may do some more videos like this. I don't know. It's just, you know, I just talk about whatever I freaking feel like talking about. You guys take it easy. Peace.